Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. So here I was early this morning trying to get my little hair wrap together just right, and to burn the sage throughout my house, to cleanse my home, to get ready for the Jilly from Philly versus battle with Erykah Badu, when I came across the sad news that we lost two more of our folks, two more of our cultural icons. That is Little Richard and Andre Harrell. Little Richard passed away at the age of 87, and Andre Harrell passed away at 59. And it was certainly a shock to the system, because I just remember seeing Andre Harrell in the Babyface and Teddy Riley live. So that was definitely sad. I'm hearing reports that he died suddenly of a heart attack. Okay, and 59 really is young, right? And it's just reminding me more and more of how 2020 just has been shit. 2020 ain't been on shit. Like, it has been a crock of bull from the moment it came through in January. It's just been a mess. It's just been a whole mess. I don't know about y'all, but when I was little, I remember my mama threatening to knock me into the middle of next week. And I don't know about you, but I wish there was some mamas out here that would volunteer to knock us into the middle of next year, in the middle of 2021, so that we can get this shit over with. I'm serious. I am so over 2020. We just need to scrap it and start over. Do the 2020s. I don't know, something, but we just need to scrap this year because it has been a mess. We got all these folks passing away. We had Miss Minnie, a week ago or something like that. We got the coronavirus still ravaging all up and through, killing over 70,000 folks. And, the shit is still out here. People went back outside the coronavirus that went away. It ain't went nowhere. It's still here. All right. But, since it's killing Black folks and brown folks, they decided to open up outside, right? Anyway, stay woke. And shit, I ain't even got my stimulus check, and the murder hornets are coming. It's a whole lot of foolishness, man. I just want to get this shit over with, for real. But, if y'all don't know who Andre Harrell is, and I try not to use the word legend too loosely, but he wasn't simply a legend. He was the founder of Uptown Records, who gave us the careers of P. Diddy, Mary J. Blige, 702, Soul For Real, I'll Be Sure, Christopher Williams, Heavy D, Jodeci. I can go on and on and on, okay? Diddy was an intern with Andre Harrell. He was an intern at Uptown Records and eventually went off to do his own thing, okay? So I want you guys to understand just how important this man was to our culture and to our music. And I heard Teddy Riley talking a lot about how he gave him his start, because, Teddy Riley was a part of that New Jack Swing era, and Andre Harrell had a lot to do with that. He gave him his start. He put him on. He produced a lot of his acts. He produced a lot of his music for him. So, Andre Harrell will definitely be missed. And like I said, I just saw him in that Teddy Riley Babyface live. So it's just sad. And then, of course, I can't say enough about the legend that is Little Richard Penniman. Okay, the age of 87. He passed away at the age of 87, and Little Richard is a cultural icon as well. I personally think, and he's known as the godfather of rock and roll, but that's just putting it mildly. He really is the innovator, the inventor of rock and roll. Okay, you have him, you have Chuck Berry, you have even Ike Turner. These men ushered in what is rock and roll. The people that is in rock and roll now, you have the Rolling Stones, and then you had Elvis, you had the Beatles, all this stuff. No, all of them were birthed through Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and Ike Turner and stuff like that. They ushered in what we now know as rock and roll. Okay, and I remember how Little Richard used to always go on these little rants about how they never gave him nothing, he never won anything, and he's right. They truly played him. They truly played him. They never truly gave him his roses, gave him his flowers the way he should have been recognized, because he was kind of like, this flamboyant guy, just kind of fussed and all this other stuff. And that was kind of his shtick, right? That was kind of his shtick. But the truth of the matter is there would be no Elvis. There would be none of these folks there would be no Beatles, if you want to really think about it. I was reading this article that said that the Beatles were faltering. I mean, they were kind of like flopping, and Little Richard let them open up for him. And that's kind of where things took off for them. They took off because of Little Richard letting them open up for him. So I just thought that was kind of cool. So I just rest in peace, rest in power to these two musical cultural icons. And I just wanted to just make sure I acknowledge those men and for what they did, their contributions. Next up, I want to talk about Shannon Brown. Now, Shannon Brown, a product of Maywood, Illinois, West Side. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about what happened to him a few days ago. As you know, he was married to Monica, and he's, of course, a former NBA player. I believe he's in the G League now. Well, he was arrested, and let me kind of tell you why he was arrested, which really, really pisses me off. So Shannon apparently is selling his home, and he had a for sale sign out in front of his house. This couple decides to pull up, walk up, and they see the gate open. They see that it says a for sale, and they decide to enter his home. Now, they claim that they announced themselves. Shannon greeted them with a rifle in his hand, and he basically shot at them, right? He fired some warning shots at them. They took off, and then later on that evening, I guess they reported the incident, and he was arrested. Shannon Brown was arrested for firing off shots at people who entered his home illegally. I mean, I would say illegally, right? Then, of course, we have the opposite, right? We have these two white folks down there that just got arrested because the video leaked of them chasing down Ahmaud Arbery while he was jogging, and they shot him dead. A modern day lynching. And the only reason they were arrested, of course, is because the videotape leaked and there was pressure, right? It was pressure. The DA didn't even want to bring it to, she thought it was nothing. She thought it was a nothing burger, and she felt like it didn't even warrant an arrest. Like they acted well in their rights. And only because the videotape leaked that we have an arrest now. So look at these two different things. We have Shannon Brown, who was in his home, defending his home. Okay, this wasn't an open house. It said a for sale. A for sale means you take the number down off the sign or whatever, and you call a realtor and you make an appointment. You don't walk up in somebody's house. You absolutely don't walk in somebody's house. He had every right to defend his house. That's why I'm posting this picture of him, because I'm looking like he had every right to defend himself. He's smiling like, you goddamn right I did it, and I'll do it again. All right, and I don't blame him. But you have this man defending his home, well within his right to defend his home. And yet you have these two fools that, like I said, just got arrested for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery only because of the pressure that was put on, because of the videotape coming out. Because didn't nobody give a damn before the videotape came out. The videotape was leaked, right? So I just find it interesting. A tale of two different scenarios, and how because Shannon Brown, he a black man defending his home, he was arrested because two people came into his home and he was defending his home. They had no right to enter his home. And then you have a black man jogging down the street and get shot dead because he's jogging. It just amazes me of how white privilege works and how people don't see it. White people, it's just like they don't want to see it. They absolutely don't want to see it. But I definitely wanted to talk about this story with Shannon Brown, because I just think, like I said, he's smiling because he's like, you goddamn right I did it, and I will definitely do it again if I had to. So kudos to Shannon Brown, and I hope he beat this. I hope they drop the case and everything like that, because he shouldn't have been arrested. Next up, I saw this story on Ball Alert, and I just thought, like, nigga, what now? So the title basically says, or the headline is, R. Kelly says he should be released from jail because he can't contact his accusers, including Aaliyah. And when I read that, I'm like, what? we know you can't contact Aaliyah. But then when I read into it, it basically is saying, now you might not know this, or you may know, but R. Kelly, since this whole COVID-19 been going on, he been trying to get out of jail, right? He been trying to get released, saying he's no danger to anybody. He ain't got no money, so he can't go nowhere. Basically, what the article is saying, because Aaliyah, he's being charged with, or victims have been accusing him in New York. And I guess the estate of Aaliyah, he's also being accused of crimes with Aaliyah since the whole Surviving R. Kelly thing came out. And he's saying, listen, don't nobody like me. I ain't trying to get with none of these people. Aaliyah is no longer with us. So technically, I'm not a danger to anyone. And a lot of people would like to think differently, right? I mean, the kids are at home. So, R. Kelly, nice try, but the kids ain't in school right now. They at the crib. So you might have to just stay your butt in there. Okay. I know you thought since 6ix9ine got out, you got a shot, but no, they're going to keep your butt up in there. But when I saw this headline, I just thought, what the fuck why Aaliyah up in here? Anyway, next we got Trina and Trick Daddy. Apparently they are going to battle each other next Wednesday. Now you remember, I did a video. Several people called out, Trina, because somebody had said Kaya and Trina should battle, and Trina said that Kaya is beneath her. Kaya is absolutely beneath her, and she is not going to be battling that girl. Now, personally, I think that it would have been a good matchup, but apparently Trina is going to battle Trick, and I gotta be honest with you, maybe it'll be a good thing for Miami, like a local thing, but I don't want to see no damn Trina and Trick Daddy battle. I mean, a lot of their songs are together, so I definitely don't want to see them battle. I think it would have been nice to see Kaya and Trina go up head to head, or even Trina and Eve. But Trina and Trick, I gotta be honest, I'm just not here for it. I don't find it the least bit interesting at all. I just think that Trina got a little shook by Kaya. I know some people ain't gonna agree, but I just think that Kaya got Trina a little shook, because I do think that, love her or hate her, Kaya would have gave Trina a run for her money. But Trina didn't play this right. This is my opinion. Trina didn't play this right. She honestly could have battled Kaya, and then both of them could have got some streams, because people would have got more interested. Like, damn, I forgot about that song. I forgot they did that song. Let me go stream that. Let me go listen to that song. See, she didn't play this right. She was so big on her high horse, talking about everybody beneath her, that she didn't, to me, she talked herself out of a bag, because she really could have played this into her own, advantage. So, I hope y'all tune in. I will not be, but go ahead and tune in on Wednesday if you are interested in watching Trick and Trina battle it out. Like I said, as for me, I won't be there. Not interested, girl. Not interested at all. Now, the last story I want to talk about is Tekashi. Now, I did a video on Tekashi talking about how he is moving out here in these streets. It is obvious that this fool ain't learned a bit since he was in jail. He ain't learned nothing but how to be a bigger troll, right? So he really got the internet up in arms yesterday, because he went live. I mean, he broke records. I told you he had about 2 million people on his live yesterday. He talked about why he snitched. He apologized for it and everything like that. And he's still doing the thing that he do, which is trolling, right? He and Donald Trump probably are like the two biggest trolls, and nobody does it better. Love him or hate him, nobody trolls better than those two, right? He got people all in their feelings, people making videos. Well, shit, I'm making a video, but I'm talking about celebrities making videos like he a lame, he ain't this. Meek Mill, he got a newborn baby at home, and Meek Mill still tweeting about 6ix9ine. You got all these other, and I'm just like, okay, here's the thing. I understand why people have strong opinions about him. I also understand, especially if you're from that ilk, you're from that life, why you may have a strong opinion when it comes to snitching and all this other stuff, right? I get it. I do. What I'm here to say is, even though I kind of understand where he was coming from, even though I don't agree that he should have honestly been out because he did the shit with them. And if you're going to do the crime, you got to do the time. I still feel strongly, and my opinion still stands, that the gang, in my opinion, they look a little goofy right now, because there is no way that Tekashi should have been able to even get close to them. Tekashi shouldn't even have been looked at. He should have never even been looked at to even be affiliated with them. There is no way on earth that I feel like a person like Tekashi could have came here to Chicago and just like cozied up to any of these groups over here, any of these gangs. I just don't believe that. I think they would have looked at him like, nah, he bring too much attention. He too goofy. He too lame. We don't want that kind of heat on us. Just the way he moved would have told you, stay away from him. Everything he do, he broadcasting every little thing he do. That should have told them that this dude was fed from the jump. When he came here to Chicago and he was doing all that foolishness, that rah stuff, coming, for Chief Keef, and he came to, I remember when he came to Chicago, it was like, I'm coming to y'all hood, and then he came, and it was like birds chirping in the background because he came at the crack of dawn or something like that. That should have let you know that Tekashi was protected by the feds. He was already working for them. I'm convinced that Tekashi was working for the feds long before we knew it. All right. And the non-Trey gang Bloods, they used him for the money, right? He was funding them. He was cutting checks. And all the while, he was cutting a deal. And so, again, while I don't agree that he should have got out any sooner than the rest of them because he was a part of them and he was participating in the foolishness and the nonsense, the only way I can conclude that he got out and he was basically unscathed and he's able to get out here and make music videos and shit like that is because he was always feds. And that's why I'm saying, like, you have to look at that gang and say, why would you even let this dude even get that close? He was a fake gangster from the get-go. A guy like him should have never been able to get as far as he got out here. This Mexican dude using the nigga every time he turned around, and people like hyping him up and thinking that shit is cute. The same way they think it's cute when Cardi B used nigga. And let me explain something. I don't think there's a difference between them as far as I'm concerned. None of them black. They ain't black. So they shouldn't be using it, period. But you hype these people up just like him, gave this dude a career that he really shouldn't have had. Academics helped. I remember when Joe Budden used to call academics out and be like, you gonna mess around. Somebody gonna mess around and get hurt. Stop hyping this dude up. Stop doing this. And then what academics do when the boy went down? He turned his back like, oops, like that kind of bullshit. So listen, as far as I'm concerned, Tekashi's punishment, even if he out, Tekashi's punishment is that he will always be looking over his shoulder. He will never get an ounce of sleep and an ounce of peace. Matter of fact, today, some white girl posted a video of her watching Tekashi on his balcony. He was taking pictures on this balcony, I guess at his witness protection. He was taking pictures on the balcony, and the girl saw it and recorded it. And so now he had to be relocated just that quickly. So you see that all these people that's upset about the dude being out have to understand he ain't gonna never get no peace. He will never get any peace. Matter of fact, he may wish that he was still in jail because he's never going to be able to get any peace. He's going to constantly be moving. He is a moving target. All right. Now, me personally, I don't think that nobody should try to snuff this dude, take him out. Somebody going to try to do it just for the clout. Somebody will kill Tekashi69 just to say, I'm the one that killed him. That's how clout works. That's honestly how clout works. But the truth of the matter is this man will never get an ounce of peace for the rest of his days. And to me, whether you hate him or love him, whether you mad he out, which I don't know why you would put that much energy into it, understand that I believe that his punishment will always be that he will never have any peace. He will never get an ounce of peace. And so in conclusion, if you ain't for this life and this life ain't really, you ain't willing to either do that kind of bid, you ain't willing to put yourself in a position that you actually have to tell on someone, then you might want to not do dumb shit. You may not want to, participate in organized crime and gang activity and all that other shit, because you ain't built for it. He will never cut from that cloth. That's why I look at the gang like, why did you even let this dude in? He was never one of y'all. And I stand by that. He was never one of y'all. Y'all shouldn't even let him in. He had no business being around y'all. And I just feel like people in Chicago would have never allowed that to happen. They would have just never allowed this goofy to even get that close to him. Because the way he moved lets you know that he was just never about that life. He was just never about that life. So you got to kick your own asses for allowing him in. And that's my take on it. And like I told y'all in the other video, as long as the George Zimmermans of the world is walking around and his ass is walking around freely autographing Skittles and Arizona tea, I don't want to hear nothing about, y'all want to see this dude dead. I don't want to hear shit about people saying they want to see Tekashi dead if people like that is walking around here. And we got to stop glorifying people like Tekashi. Stop glorifying this foolishness and this fuckery. This is how Donald Trump got in the in the highest office in the land, by glorifying dumbassness, by glorifying trolls, because trolls become president, because trolls go and make millions and millions of dollars and then skate on some charges that should have kept him in jail for a really, really long time. Like I said, he wasn't going to stay in jail because he was fed. He was fed the whole time. How did people not understand that? How did these guys not understand that this boy walked in working for the government? That's my belief, honestly. I believe Tekashi was always working for the government. Even when he walked in, talking about trade. There's no way he should have skated on any of this. He shouldn't have. He shouldn't be out making videos and all this other stuff. But like I said, his punishment is that he'll never get an ounce of peace for the rest of his days. He just won't. There's just no way. So anyway, I just want to end this video by wishing all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day. I hope that you have a blessed one with your families and your friends, that you have a nice day of relaxation. And, just take care of yourselves. Y'all be well. Y'all be healthy. Just know that you guys are still in my prayers for those that people are out of work, or if you're just at home, you just kind of like stir crazy. If you have people that are sick with this shit, I'm praying for y'all. I'm holding y'all down. I'm trying to, make a few more videos. But like I said, work has been keeping me really, really busy. But I just want y'all to know I am certainly thinking of all of you. And I definitely want you all to be well. All right. And I'll try to make more videos, but I don't ever want to really promise that, because every time I try to sit down and make more videos, I find myself doing more work at home than I did when I was actually at my job. I don't know. It's been something, but I ain't going to complain, because I do have a job. And I'm grateful for that. My job didn't shut down and stuff like that. So I am grateful for that. So I don't ever want to act like I'm not grateful. I just want you guys to know why I'm so sporadic with the videos. But anyway, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And, support the channel. And go back and watch some old videos. And I guess I will see you guys, of course, on the next video.